Meta, take a video. All right, guys. Before I get started here, I have a question for the room. From all of you, by a show of hands, how many of you already own a pair of Ray-Ban Metas? Seems like most of the room, I think I can say safely. All right. Now, again, from the whole room, not just the RBM owners. How many of you have ever thought that would be really great if you could hack on the sensors that are in these AI glasses and build your own things with them rather than just using what they come with? OK, pretty good number again. OK, this should be a lot of fun. I'm here to talk a little bit about the first step towards a wearables developer platform. It's a new SDK that we announced this morning in Boz's keynote that we refer to as the Meta Wearables Device Access Toolkit. It is a way for you to build your vision and connect it with our AI glasses. So I'm Tom Carlo. I'm a product manager with the Wearables Developer Platform team in London, and I'm going to be taking you through some of the features, and then some of my colleagues are going to be coming online later in the talk to talk about some of the integrations that have been built already. All right, so I have the glasses. You know, they're up here on my face. And a lot of you own them, so you're probably familiar with this. But I'm going to run through the sensors, since that is such a central thing to the toolkit in general. First and foremost, these glasses have a great high-definition camera that captures right from your point of view. They have advanced spatial microphones that are able to pick up your voice, as well as any voices and noises in your surroundings, and distinguish between the two. And finally, there's these great open-ear speakers that allow great audio quality while keeping you connected with your environment. Finally, the glasses really offer a truly hands-free experience. You can control them using your voice, or you can use a few tap gestures, but you're able to stay in the moment and keep doing what you're doing. So, already I think so many of us here in this room and around the world are using these glasses to capture the moments of our lives and share them with our friends and families. But up until now, the apps that were able to access these sensors were limited to only a few that had specific integrations that came with the glasses. That's going to start changing. What we're adding now is the Device Access Toolkit that allows access from apps into sensors on the hardware. Before we get into the details of the SDK, we have a brief concept video that will show you kind of our vision of what we believe one of these integrations looks like, what one of these integrations looks like for a consumer at their end. So let me play the video.
Starting plant check-in. Glasses camera is active.
Hey Gardenzen, how do you think the snake plant's doing?
It's looking great. Give the soil a feel. And if it's dry, give it some water.
All good. Should I fertilize these soon?
No, you won't have to until fall.
Cool. Are these ready to be picked yet?
The color looks good. If it has a slight give when pressed, go for it.
Great. Take a photo and post it to Tomato Tribe.
Got it. Posting to Tomato Tribe.
OK, so that's only a concept video. If somebody can build it, it would save a lot of plants in my backyard. I know that there are also some other concept videos posted online this morning from some of our partners that were showing a little bit more of what can be built using this toolkit. But how exactly does all this work? All right. So at its core, the toolkit allows a mobile app on Android or iOS to access the camera sensor in the glasses. Eventually, it'll extend to the other sensors that I talked about, such as the microphone, et cetera. That means that a mobile app can offer an integration that's secure and user-led. And when I say user-led, how does that work? Users will manage the connection to their glasses via the Meta AI app, kind of in a similar way to the way that they currently manage the existing connections like Audible or Spotify. So that allows users to be in control. When an integration wants to access the camera or another sensitive sensor, there is a permissions flow, and the user gives permission for the integration to get access, so the users remain in control. That kind of user control ensures that users feel safe trying out the integrations that all of you build. On the developer side, we're also adding into the Meta AI app a developer mode. This developer mode allows you to build, test, and iterate locally for rapid iteration. We understand it as a team and as a company that iteration is really critical to building any great software product. So we've tried to ensure that you're able to do that locally and quickly as you build these integrations. All right, so thinking about, I think the question that folks probably have this morning is, okay, you've announced this. When are folks going to start to be able to access this and work with it? This morning, we posted videos online showing how to use the SDK and what, kind of the basics of building an integration and testing it. As you might know, there's also a demo stand outside with folks showing off how an integration works, and you can talk to various members of our team about that. Over the next few weeks, we'll start to onboard the first developers to the platform. There is also an interest form up and available, so you can sign up to indicate interest. And that will continue to ramp over the next few months. Later this fall, we will start to do the first bit of limited publishing, enabling some of the integrations that align with early use cases to publish their integration in their app out to consumers around the world. Our goal is that by next year, this opens up wider and wider, enabling both open access and open publishing. We're taking this kind of a phased approach to help us learn what resonates with our our Ray-Ban Meta consumers, what the developers need from us, and what the best way is to try to start to grow a scaled ecosystem around this platform. As the platform continues to mature, we'll continue to open up publishing access. But really, this access to the camera sensors and what we're talking about this week and what we're shipping in a few weeks is really just the beginning of this program. We think of the Device Access Toolkit as opening the door to a general wearables developer ecosystem. We're committed to opening up the hardware over time. That means eventually access to the mics, accelerometer and inclinometer data, IMU data, so you can get gesture recognition and contextual cues. And I think, interestingly, based on some of the announcement yesterday, we'll also be looking at how we can roll out support for on-glass displays and notifications going forward for all of those great display glasses that you saw announced yesterday. Eventually, you'll be able to distribute your integrations to every AI glasses user around the world. So the Device Access Toolkit, it really isn't just an SDK. It's really the start, in our view, of a new ecosystem of development for AI glasses and wearables. At the core, it's about a secure, direct access to the sensors on the camera, on the glasses. It's about cross-platform support. We'll be supporting both iOS and Android right from the start, so you can build for all of your mobile users wherever they are. There are simple and straightforward permission flows to help users feel comfortable using the new integrations from different developers. And then on the developer side, there's dev mode and other developer-centric tools to enable faster, quicker iteration and exploration. I think I speak for all of my team when I say we're really excited to see what everyone builds with this. We expect that there'll be a lot of video usage. There'll be different kinds of contextual services and utilities. But we also expect there's going to be a whole bunch of things that are built that we never anticipated. And in a lot of ways, that's what's great about building developer platforms. We're excited. We really believe that this is the time for all of us to come together and build the future of AI glasses together as a community. And now I'm going to hand off to Chris Barber, my colleague, who's going to be coming on stage with some of the partners we've been working with over the past few months to build out the Wearables Device Access Toolkit.
Good afternoon. Wow, this is incredible. We knew there was some interest, but wow, this is fantastic. Hope everyone has enjoyed the announcements and the demos over the last couple of days. As you can tell, we're incredibly excited about this opportunity that glasses will bring to the future of computing, and feeling all of your enthusiasm has been really infectious. My name's Chris Barber. I lead the Wearables content team here at Meta, and we work with partners and developers to build experiences for our platform. For us, this is an incredibly exciting and momentous time, given all of the tools that Tom talked about a moment ago. I'm honored to be joined today in conversation by a few friends whose teams have been working with the technology in an early access. So I'm here with Eddie Louie, CEO of 18 Birdies. Louis Philippe Musset, Vice President of Innovation and Product for Human Wear, and Ashray Urs, founder of Logitech Streamlabs. Apologies. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Your teams have had early access to the toolkit that Tom talked about, and the work that you've been doing has been foundational and inspirational for us as we've evolved the technology. The insights have been invaluable, and we thank you. I'm excited to have you share a little bit about the work that you all are doing and the kinds of ideas that you're exploring. All right. Eddie, let's start with you. So 18 Birdies has really transformed the game of golf through technology. It's helped people use technology to better engage with the sport and to engage with their community. We think that AI glasses have the power and the potential to completely transform sport. How are you thinking about wearable technology as it relates to the kinds of experiences that golfers want to have on the course?
Yeah, well, thank you, Chris. Very excited to be on this panel. Over the last 10 plus years at 18 Birdies, our mission and focus has been on one thing, which is to leverage the best technology available to us to build products to help golfers improve and enjoy the game more. So for me, this is super exciting time. The potential of how we can leverage AI and glasses in golf, I think is truly incredible. And honestly, I cannot think of a better fit than golf to actually showcase what AI glasses can impact the fundamental experience of a sport. As I said, at 18 Birdies, our mission is to leverage technology to help golfers improve and enjoy the game more. What we have learned is that most golfers, especially the younger and newer golfers, they want the same thing. They're very open to try and to embrace technology when it comes to the game. So why do I think AI glasses is the perfect fit for golf? To start, we can take a look at how millions of golfers on the 18 Birdies platform today, how are they using using technology in their game? More than anything else, golfers are using 18 Birdies to navigate the golf courses they play. How far am I to the tree or to the middle of the green? With the wind blowing in my face, standing on an uphill slope, what club should I use for this shot? These are the type of questions every golfer needs to think about before each shot. So with AI glasses, golfers now can ask these questions as they're preparing for their shot, as if they're speaking with the best caddy in the world. And they can expect a very consistently reliable response from them right away. And not too far, pretty soon, I think, they will be able to get this information right on the glasses, showing up just at the right time, without even having to ask. So I think that's really exciting. Besides navigation, golfers are also using 18 Birdies to track their rounds. How many pars do I get usually on when I play a round? How far do I hit my driver, or how accurate am I with my driver? Or even how far am I hitting a club from the short grass versus the long grass? Golfers want to know these things because it gives them direction on how to improve. And golfers are all about improvement. Everybody's trying to improve. And with AI glasses, whether by speaking with the AI or seeing with the AI with the camera, all these information now can be easily captured hands-free without any additional effort or distraction for the golfers. So now golfers can get that while staying in the moment and focus on their game. There's one particular feature I would love to build and probably will be using a lot. So I tend to hit a big slice with my driver and lose the ball way to the right. And I think that's probably the #1 problem most golfers are struggling with. And that's why you see, if you go to a golf course, you will see golfers spending probably half the time just looking for the balls everywhere. So with AI glasses,
Not anyone in this room.
so with AI glasses, I think they will still hit that slice here and there, but now they will know exactly where to go to find their golf balls. And I think that will be a big win when it comes to quality of life for golfers. In addition to navigation and tracking, golfers are also using 18 Birdies to connect and share their golf with their friends. With golf courses very often built around beautiful natural settings, and with golfers usually playing golf always with their friends or their families. So golfers actually have a lot of motivation to capture their golf and the fun memories with their friends by taking a lot of pictures and videos. Now with AI glasses, they can easily capture anything their eyes can see. It could be a friend who's new to golf making their first birdie. It could be, in the case of my brother, in agony after missing a short putt to win a match. So with AI glasses, I think we'll see a lot more of these fun and memorable golf moments being captured and shared.
Absolutely.
And I think that will really enrich the golfing experience for everybody.
It's hard to think of an activity where hands-free access to technology and insights could be more valuable than golf. So it's really exciting to have had a chance to see the work your team is doing to explore the space.
Yeah, very exciting.
Louis-Philippe.
Hey.
Hi. One of the areas that we are truly inspired by is the excitement for AI wearables, AI glasses within the blind and low vision community. We see enormous potential for these devices to expand independence and access. You and I have talked quite a bit about that. What are some of the ways that you all are thinking about how wearable technology can bring real everyday value to people in this community?
Well, in a lot of ways, it's a game changer. Of course, we said that many times over the last few hours. But for the assistive technology community, it is. Because at HumanWare, we've been developing solutions for people who have visual impairments for years. And of course, a lot of these products are for people who need to read Braille or have to magnify some text and stuff like that. But all these devices are so different from what people are used to see. So it's always this kind of barrier between blind people, the tool they use, and the mainstream, the population in general. So the AI glasses are opening up a lot of possibilities by removing these barriers and providing solutions for people who have visual impairments in a form factor that is elegant, light, easy to wear, non-obtrusive, and it's making a huge difference in everyday life. And some of the use case we can easily imagine, and there's tons of others. We could spend an hour just talking about use cases.
We have a little bit less than that.
Yeah, well, okay, I'll do a short version. For example, the simplest situation, a blind person comes into a big space that he or she doesn't know and wants to find where's the restroom, So a blind person typically will either explore by himself or herself or ask some people to have some guidance. And all this is all right, but you want to have independence. It's in human nature to be independent and self-sufficient, because it brings dignity, it brings inclusions, and it's so important. So all the tools we're doing, it needs to solve that problem, all to give independence to people, regardless of their handicap or culture or language. So the AI glasses it's a big step in that direction. And also, well, honestly, we have to be I need to be very transparent about this. Traditionally, the products that we were making are expensive. These are expensive products because they are very niche, made in very low volume, and of course the cost of electronics at low volume is expensive. But the price point of the Ray-Ban Metas and the other glasses that were announced yesterday are really reasonable, relatively speaking, of course, but they are really reasonable and open up the possibility to give tools to more people who would probably not have the means to purchase like more traditional solutions for themselves. So of course that's why I'm saying it's a game changer.
Well, thank you so much. You know, we talk a lot about AI glasses being the ideal form factor for AI because they can see what you see and hear what you hear. And as I've gotten to know the team at HumanWare, I'm inspired by this, the build on that, which is they also enable the AI to see what you can't.
Right.
And there's real opportunity in that.
Right.
So thank you so much again, Ashray. Hi, how are you? Live streaming has transformed the way that creators make content and engage with their audiences, bringing them more directly into their world. As wearables and specifically AI glasses evolve, they'll open the door to even more immersive and spontaneous kinds of content, where the boundary between, you know, your real life and the content you're making continues to blur. How is Streamlabs thinking about this opportunity for creators and wearables and where this could all go for your creators?
Yeah, thank you, Chris. At Streamlabs, our mission has always been to enable creators to do more. We've always been focused on making it easier and easier to go live and to share your content. And AI glasses are a huge step to making that even more accessible and leveling up live streams, making it possible to have better and better production quality. A few of the things I'm specifically excited about. If you think, you know, just a decade ago, you know, what it would take to live stream. If you look at the big streamers that really came up in that first generation of live streamers, they were deeply technical, right? It wasn't an easy thing to do. And over time, you know, we've been hard at work building tools to make that easier and easier. And now with AI glasses, it's possible with just a phone and a pair of awesome looking Ray-Bans to create super high production quality live streams where when you're just walking around, you know, your viewers are seeing alerts pop up as they're tipping or following or subscribing to you. You have overlays that are personalized, maybe in line with your branding, maybe in line with the vibe you want to go for that day. You have chat popping up, you know, and you're able to multi-stream, simultaneously broadcast at more than one platform at a time. You know, the reality that now you're able to do this with just a pair of glasses and a phone, I'm so excited to see what this is going to do from an accessibility of live streaming standpoint. You know, if you look at younger generations and just how many want to live stream and create content versus, you know, how many are actually doing it, there's a big gap there. And I think that as this, you know, kind of makes its way out there and we ship this integration, I'm just so excited to see the kinds of content that new emerging creators, you know, kick off and start their journey with. The other key piece, I think, is for a lot of existing content creators. There's so much excitement around this concept because of what is enabled with this first-person view that you can start adding to things, right? Just as our team has been testing, we've had so much fun with, you know, Lego, right? Think about cooking streams. When you're dealing with steam and stuff like that, it's not easy, right? What a better place to have a camera position to try to navigate things. I think, you know, something you can always count on is that, you know, creators will be creative. Right? And so we are just so excited to see the kinds of content that emerges with all of this and how streamers make use of this technology.
You know, we've talked a little bit about the creator audience and what they need, the kinds of tools they need to enable them to do what they do. I shared with you, I'm particularly excited because creators, many of them are kind of at the leading edge of culture. And one of the things about the portfolio of glasses that we have, of course, in partnership with our partners at EssilorLuxottica, is that there's a range of styles, and we saw some of those announced yesterday. So I'm really excited about that aspect of how creators are going to adopt the technology as well to be even cooler for everyone. If we succeed at bringing superintelligence and AI to everyone through glasses, it'll inevitably reshape how we interact, of course, with the world and with each other, which is central to how we think about this opportunity. From your vantage point, what do you hope this shift will feel like for people, and what role do you see your work playing in that?
Well, I think the main reasons for people wearing glasses is likely to change from primarily a medical solution designed to correct our vision or see better to where possibly everybody is wearing AI glasses as a preference or a necessary tool, just like smartphone today. So with AI glasses and with the ability to easily capture, analyze, and share whatever our eyes can see, I think can lead to very significant behavior change and really change the way how we are connected with to the world around us. So for us at 18Birdies, we're very excited to have already started through the partnership with Meta Ray-Ban to start already exploring and building really promising features for the glasses for golf. And we're super committed and really excited to really making AI glasses a must-have gear for all golfers. And that will be pretty awesome for golf.
That's great. Guys, any thoughts?
Yeah, well, of course, seeing the keynotes that there was here yesterday and today kind of gave me a new perspective. So I'll go a little off script, Chris. Don't worry.
There's no script. you know that.
It's our parent company at HumanWare is EssilorLuxottica, and they are catering 97% of the population with sunglasses and ophthalmic lenses, like you were mentioning, and then so having a technology that is accessible to use for people who just wear sunglasses, but benefits from the AI. Also, it integrates well with regular prescription lenses for people who need them, like me, and for people who are blind or are visual handicap of some sort. It reach everybody. So how it's going to be done, I think it's in big part being accessible, being intuitive, being easy to use, it needs to look good as well. Obviously, everybody wants to look at their best, right? So having all these boxes checked, I think is the success of the future. And coming back to my buzzword of being the game changer, it's really going to do that, because that's why it has the potential of replacing the smartphone, because it's checking all these boxes that no other products could check so far. So that's the future, obviously.
Ashra, any thoughts?
Yeah, from my perspective, right, really thinking about this from the creator angle. First, I think it's critical that it maintains that feeling of being natural and seamless, which I think we're there. I think you feel it as soon as you try it out and start using it. And what I'm excited to see next is really leveraging superintelligence and solving for safety in a really meaningful way. I think this is a huge opportunity, and I'm so excited about the work that we're starting to do in this. As you can imagine, right, we're not far from a point of being able to, blur sensitive information, sure. Street names, things like that, as people are streaming. So I think what this could mean from a safety standpoint, especially while we see, on Twitch, you see the IRL category growing, doubling almost in terms of the number of creators creating content year over year. So as this space is growing and there's so much excitement around this kind of content, I see this being a massive enabler on the safety front and couldn't be more excited about that.
That's fantastic. Well, Ashray and the team at Streamlabs at Logitech, Louis Philippe and the team at HumanWare and Eddie and the team at 18 Birdies, we thank you very, very much for being early contributors to driving our roadmap for a wearables platform. Thank you. We're going to take a couple of questions if folks have some questions for our guests. Yeah, Keith, go ahead.
Question for you. On the golf course, at any given moment, there's 100 points of data that can be helpful to you, that you can take in, that you want to prompt or initiate. How do you decide what data is most relevant to serve up at any given moment?
You're right. I mean, there are a lot of data out there to really make some choices on what's important. I think really come down to, hopefully, it's really for the individual. What is really important for this person, for this golfer, right? A lot of times it comes down to making a decision of what club should I use for this shot. That's constantly what golfers think about. Whether it's purely on a distance or on a surface your ball's landing on. Are you on upslope? Is it deep grass? So I think having AI to be able to analyze, capture, and just give you what you needed the most, instead of saying we are gonna put a list of what's important. I think I would go the AI route for sure.
Please.
Also, it's okay for you.
Lots of golfers here, huh?
From a sports perspective, especially, I was curious. So you mentioned it might help people find where the golf ball went to touch. In your test so far, is it able to track at that speed, either the swing or the trajectory of something so small, or was that a hopeful, or it's genuine?
I think it's both, because there are a lot of attempts out there from different technologies, whether it's using a phone to track to trace the trajectory of a ball. So I think applying that to the glasses would definitely make sense. And as I think everybody can use it if you're playing golf. So I would be betting on that.
We're going to use the microphone so the folks online can hear. Sure.
Thanks so much for a great panel. I have a question just for anyone that's like a third-party indie dev that wants to develop, like, say, another sports app. Are you able to have custom overlays for like a data visualization dashboard, say for like a game of golf or for any other sport? That's been my focus for many years, is like data visualization within XR. So.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Well, we'd love to hear more. Do you want to take that one, Tom?
Yeah, so this is something that we're definitely looking at. I assume you're referring specifically to the new display glasses. But we are trying to figure out the right ways for developers to be able to provide real-time feedback to users, depending on what their service or experience is. We recognize that that's going to be one of the things that folks really, really want.
Hi, guys. Great platform, love it, and great examples. My question is, this seems like really very well suited for consumer use cases. I'm curious if you're also pursuing a parallel path for more enterprise-specific use cases.
We're opening a platform for developer experimentation and exploration right now, and we're curious to see all the kinds of use cases that developers want to make. I think that's what I'm able to say on that topic now. And I truly, in the spirit of, we want the tools in your hands, and we want you to tell us the kinds of things you want to build with the platform, and that'll help us tailor the platform in those directions. Sure.
So this is more so geared towards like the meta team. For, let's say, a developer that's building a tool, if they allow the consumers to enable access to, let's say, their data, their camera feed, their microphone feed, are you able to, I assume the standard is like accessing that in real time and using that to give recommendations or features. Is there also the world where we're able to digest that data and kind of take all of the camera feed or microphone inputs and then use that for other things if the user allows that?
You want to take that one?
Yeah, so I think it's difficult to answer that question without being more specific, is I guess what I would say. We expect that the camera will be used not just for video capture, but for things like context recognition, potential, as you're saying here, computer vision, guidance, navigation, all kinds of different things. So there's that. There will be kind of guidelines for the usage of the sensors and the data that we try to make sure that the usage is reasonable and respectful and so forth. But it's hard to get without kind of looking at the very specific usage. I can't really kind of comment more than that. Can we pass up a mic?
Where are we with the mics? Here? All right, down front.
Thank you so much for this. We've been waiting for this for so long. And with the Meta Wearables Device Access Toolkit, just for some clarification, is that it clearly supports non-display glasses, which is great. Does it also support display glasses at this time, or are we going sequentially?
In time, yeah.
I'm happy to speak to that.
Yes, please, thank you.
It will support display glasses in the exact same manner that it supports the non-display glasses initially, which is, as we discussed, access to the camera, things like access to the microphones. We do plan to bring out specific support for the display glasses down the road. There'll be like some slight details in exactly when the support on the consumer side ship, but our plan is to support all AI glasses that are shipping essentially by the end of the year.
Excited. Thank you so much.
Hi. I know a few of you up there. Can you explain a little bit about how invocation works, the intents, like how that setup works? Not necessarily the programmatic, but for the user, how you would invoke something like the golf or, yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about the session model and how,
So the way that the model works, so there's kind of two key events that happen. One of which is when the user elects to make a connection between a particular mobile app and the glasses, and that routes through the Meta AI app. So to very much simplify it, it's initiated from the app. There's a confirmation dialogue that occurs within the Meta AI app, and then once that happens, the Meta AI app basically says to the glasses, "Okay, you're good to go to talk to this app and start communicating with it." There are also permissions flows that follow that. In terms of starting a session, the model, unfortunate the audio wasn't on that concept video, but the model is often that it's a longer session with the app. So for example, with 18 Birdies, they think of it as you're in the 18 Birdies app, you initiate a session with the glasses from there, and then you go into all the interactions with the integration from that spot. That is, I think, where we're starting from with this toolkit. We want to hear back, how people view that option, whether or not there's other options that they would prefer. That is part of what we're going to be trying to understand and explore as we go forward.
Yeah. I'd underline that last note. We, as you well know, as somebody who's explored our platforms historically, we're very much in the mindset of evolving the technology towards the needs of the customers of the platform. So your ideas and pushes are helpful. Thank you.
Another one. So I was curious if there's consideration for using the neural band on its own as a separate wearable, so to speak, so I could connect to a Quest headset, to a phone directly, to my PC. There's a lot of really great input there.
What are your ideas?
I mean, the idea is
you don't have to answer that.
I won't go to that, but just, yeah, are there thoughts towards that?
In time, maybe. Yeah, I mean, right now we're very excited about the neural interface with the display glasses and all of the opportunity that's going to unlock to have more confident and frictionless ease of interaction. So that's where our focus is right now. But again, ideas are welcome.
If I could add.
Do we have? Oh, please, yeah.
The tiny bit. The reason mainly was because as someone who doesn't wear glasses, I got lasered, and luckily I always lost my glasses. But I do love the idea of what the neural band can do. Is I feel like that as a separate accessory is an amazing idea. I'll pass it on.
That's great. I think we can take probably 2 or 3 more. One more. Okay, I'm being told one more. So.
First of all, amazing that this is getting something that is for real and is pushing the industry. One question is, what obviously is early in the roadmap, but what about a single shot experience? Maybe an event, or maybe I'm traveling and going for a museum. It's something that I do not install on my app or my phone. It's something that I discover and I experience for one time. Is that in the roadmap? Is there a plan, or maybe even branded experience that it happens for only one time?
I can speak.
Yeah, go ahead.
Explicitly in kind of the use cases that we contemplated when building this were things like museum tours and other types of things which I think fit in with what we're talking about. At this point, they still would be driven by downloading and installing an app, which I recognize for a single shot experience is not always optimal. People would love to just shoot a QR code and have it work. I think those are the kind of questions that we're going to kind of keep looking at as we go through the next year.
Well, thank you all again for joining. Oh, we're good. Thank you all again for joining us. This has been a really wonderful conversation. I want to thank again our guests. Tom, myself, and the team are incredibly grateful for your interest and enthusiasm. So hit the website where we lost the QR code, and please jump in. All right, thank you.